Hello everybody. This will definitely be a longer video today. This is my review on Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open world action adventure story set in Night City, a huge city obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. You play as V, a mercenary outlaw going after a one-of-a-kind implant that is the key to immortality. I got this game on sale for $48 on Steam. I thought what the heck because it looked decent at the time. I booted up the game, thinking to myself that it couldn't be that bad. Boy, was I wrong. I chose the Cyber Company life path, customized my character, was totally caught off guard with the specific customization, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Do not buy this game. Well, not right now at least. Even on PC, the game was littered with game-breaking glitches and crappy PC optimizations. The devs should have spent more time on this game, but knowing 99% of devs, they won't do that. They wanted to release it as soon as possible so they can get more money. The game's way too much nudity. They should have gave a proper warning first because the first two missions are you. Never mind. I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna risk saying it because I want to at least have a chance of getting monetization. Let's talk about gameplay. This game is trying way too hard at being a Watch Dogs / GTA ripoff, and that's what happened. The hacking system is bullcrap, and there are way too many mechanics and items to get familiar with. Gameplay is a 4 out of 10. Here's a little rant before I get in depth. Cyberpunk 2077 is hot garbage. The AI is more unintelligent than Patrick Star. The open world isn't terrible if you have a NASA PC because the FPS is way too low. I have a 1660 Super and can't even run on low settings. A game has never done that for me. Once you get into the so-called Night City, your FPS drops down to 30. 80% of the gameplay I had was sitting down talking to my so-called best friend, which looks like your average WWE player with a crappy haircut. The characters have zero emotional values and are just boring. Sure, the graphics are fine if you have a $4,000 PC graphics card to run it. Okay, here's enough of my rant. Let's take a deeper look into enjoyability. The game doesn't feature many things to do aside from story missions and a relevant side story. I have to admit, to some people the story could be entertaining, but not for me. When I think of story games, I think of shortcut scenes yet meaningful ones, and really good objectives. This game rarely has that. This game is more of a movie, if that makes any sense. 90% of the game is sitting down and talking with people. It gets really boring really quick. The game doesn't even carry a good premise. Take down some corrupt company or cybertech, blah blah blah. It bums me out because if they just waited a couple more years, it could be one of the best games ever made. Enjoyability is 5 out of 10. Let's talk about graphics now. I do have to admit, I've never seen such beautiful graphics in a game if you turn to at least medium settings. Everything looks so good. I was in awe when I saw the booming night city with the electrical posters and hovering cars. It would be nice if you could actually run the game. I've never had a game where you can't get at least 60 FPS with my 1660 Super. Even in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I can get 70 FPS on medium. It's bullcrap to be honest. At most maybe 50 FPS when in the straights on everything low. The graphics are 9 out of 10. Another thing, replayability. I don't know who would want to replay this utterly terrible cash grab, mainly from how dog crap the story is. Replayability is a 2 out of 10. Now let's discuss and compare this game to other similar games. I will do this with every game I review. First, Watch Dogs. I feel like Cyberpunk just stole the hacking and made it 100 times worse. Watch Dogs is a masterpiece compared to Cyberpunk. How about Far Cry? Everything that Ubisoft made good about Far Cry is basically chucked out off the window with Cyberpunk. Imagine Watch Dogs and Far Cry mix into one and turn into a dumpster fire. Because that's essentially what it is. Comparison, 3 out of 10. I decided to DM some random people on Discord, and this is what they told me about their opinion on Cyberpunk. I also texted my friend, and he's gonna give himself a review as well on Cyberpunk in this video. PS4 exploded. 10 out of 10 game. Would play again, but PS4 exploded. Nicely worded. Well, I've only heard bad things about it. I only know one person who likes it, and that guy is weird. Yeah, fair enough. I can't complain.
Hello everybody, my name is Martino. So this will be my little mini review on Cyberpunk. The first thing to address is bugs. This game, when it launched, it had a lot of bugs, especially for PlayStation players. Like, it got so bad that PlayStation just removed it from the store. Like, you can't buy this game anymore. It was that bad. They've been trying to improve with the patch updates, but like, holy crap, they're like 20, 40 gigabytes each. Like, Jesus. Anyways, I play it on Xbox One, so I haven't had. Surprisingly, there hasn't been that many bugs. There's been a few I've seen, where, for instance, like the gun is just not there, or like there's this one time where Pan Am was floating. But anyways, bugs aren't really the biggest issue of this game. The biggest issue is the gameplay, the core gameplay of the game. And you would think, oh yeah, it's probably just a shooter. No, you're wrong. Literally 70% of this game is just sitting and talking to characters, which, in my opinion, is not a game. You're just watching characters talk to each other. It's really pointless. And there is dialogue options because this is an RPG after all. But what's incredible is that legit 98% of the dialogue options in the entire game have no effect on the story. A lot of the times they're just add a couple extra lines of exposition or whatever from whatever character you're talking to. And as far as a dialogue option, like, at least let me move around the room or something. Like, the game just sits you in a chair and you just look around and just wait patiently for your dialogue option to hit up, and then you just press X or whatever you're playing, whatever console or device you're playing this on. And yeah. Anyways, CD Projekt's previous game, The Witcher 3, did the dialogue so much better than this because, like, depending on what you choose, in some cases, like if you're talking to an emperor or whatever, if you pick the dialogue option that was like mean, like, you could literally get killed in that game, and that was like amazing because you literally have consequences, and your dialogue choices have an impact. Whereas the Cyberpunk, literally none of it matters. Except for when you get to the ending, which is after like 30 hours of gameplay, which I don't know, man. That doesn't really that's not very good in my opinion. But now with the shooting. So, my opinion, shooting is very clunky. Like, you just have to reload, and I mean, you get the little zoom button, but it's all the enemies just take like a million hits for no reason, even just like random people with no armor, which bugs me a lot. And my the hilarious part is when you want to switch guns or your current gun is out of ammo, you literally just takes you to a pause menu. Like, you can take as much time as you want, just flipping through the guns that you want. Just like, I want this one. Nah, I'm just gonna flip it out real quick. Like, there's literally no consequence for staying in the inventory for like 20 minutes if you wanted to, which is really dumb because it's basically just like pausing the game. But anyways, this game has been in development for 8 years, if you can believe it. It was announced in 2013 with this original like gameplay teaser or whatever. And it was really dope, and the graphics are amazing, and it shows the NCPD and all that. It was just absolutely phenomenal. So you would think with 8 years of development, they would have like at least taken inspiration from other successful companies, s- especially Rockstar, because Rockstar is their like biggest competitor, and that's sort of why they. I mean, I know some of the people were like looking at other games, and that's why, like, in development, okay, they've changed it a lot over the years, but at the start of development, they wanted it to be an action linear RPG, which is what it mostly turned out to be. But then later on, like 1 or 2 years away from release, they were just like, we're gonna decide we're gonna want to make it open world now, and it's like, no, they never really followed up on that. There's literally nothing you can do in the open world besides just go to a few places, shoot a bunch of people in the face, and then get some money. That's all it is. It's really, it's not good, man. So overall, I definitely would not recommend this game, and it is really disappointing that they've created all this hype, and CD Projekt's use of way overconfidence and hype was just very disappointing overall in the end. So yeah, this is my review of the game. This is just a little bit of a short bit of what I gotta say. I might create a channel later. It's hard to say, but back over to you, Deadly.
Thank you for that, Martino. So, with all the numbers averaged up, I give this game a 4.6 out of 10. So, I would not recommend buying this game until they get new devs and they fix their game. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I deleted my old videos so I could remaster them with better audio and better video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and drop a like down below. Love you guys. See ya.